Well, welcome everyone. Welcome. So I'm excited today to just kind of help everyone ground in because this eclipse season, as we know, we're having a huge, eclipse on the 8th. And it's whether people are aware of it or not, I think it's affecting them. And I know that you all are very aware, people and individuals, and so you are feeling it. I think it's a good thing. Like, I think that the energy is going to get very intense. I feel like we're going to definitely be looking at parts of ourselves that we have not completed the healing cycle on. I feel like we're going to be clearing stuff that's like kind of dangling, some old shadows that are just sort of like, I thought we took care of that, but I guess I didn't. And we're just going to be like, poof, get rid of that. We might dig up some others that we're ready to really release so that we can soar into what's next. Now, why does this have to happen, right? Why do we need to soar? And I believe it's because so many of us, so many of you are higher realm beings, and it's time to up level the planet. So what that means is this stepping into a higher level of our frequency, but also a higher level of our gifts. So I'm wondering how many of you have a gift that you haven't fully expanded into yet, that you have it, maybe it's just kind of hanging out there. Maybe you use it to like 20% or 50%, but you're not using it to 100%. And I feel like this eclipse is going to kind of start to show us that it's time to show up in our gifts fully, and that you are more prepared to do this than maybe your mind was telling you, right? Because your soul already knows, I'm ready for this. I was born for this. This is all with me. It's always been with me. And it's almost like a collapsing time and going, oh, right, it's with me right now. And I am ready. And this isn't such a big deal. And it's actually very normal for me, right? So I'm very excited to, but I feel that what's necessary before that is to really feel grounded. Now, if you're familiar with my work, I would say my work is generally not super grounding because we go into the higher realms with astral therapies. But today I do want to like kind of clear anything. I feel like there's a lot of interference, a lot of static, a lot of emotion sort of running from all over the place, right? Not just your emotions, but I feel like a lot of people's emotions around the planet are very heightened right now. Again, some people are very aware of eclipse season, some people are not. Some people are aware of Mercury retrograde, some people are not. It doesn't really matter. But when you're not aware of it, it's like, oh, like, what's happening to me right now? Why do I feel so much, right? So I just want to have you guys really like get grounded and then clear anything that's sort of it is like a static. It's just a frequency. It's not bad or good. It just feels like static to me. So we are going to clear that today because that's what I'm being called to do. That's what I feel like you need. Could the eclipse season be a reason I feel anxious a lot? Absolutely. I mean, there is a high intensity right now. So, oh my goodness, I love that the eclipse is on my birthday. So I'm hoping for an extra intuition boost. I'm sure you'll get it. Yeah. Coming into awareness, I'm understanding a lot. That's beautiful. Yes. Yes, look at your old soul wounds and patterns. That's exactly what we'll be doing is, in this eclipse season. And I think it's even starting now. I don't think that, the eclipse is just that day. I feel like it's sort of like that time period before and after where we're looking at who we were, who we know we're meant to be. Are we being that? What parts of us are holding ourselves back? What parts of us are completely, fully ready? And how do we clear what's holding us back? Not something outside of ourselves, but a part of us, right? A different parallel life maybe that's holding us back from fear, out of past experiences, whatever it is, and just going, I don't actually need that now. This is my time. This is your time. This is the time. And there's not a better time for this to take place. And to really almost talk yourself into it, right? Because we're always sort of like talking to our minds and saying, no, I am ready. And then our souls are always ready. But I feel like there's this sort of like push pull of the mind going, well, I know how things have always been. And then this huge eclipse happening of like, oh, but we're going places, right? So there's a little bit of a tug of war happening, I think, within the mind soul connection. And what we want to do is get the mind on board to say, no, okay, I get it. The mind is a tool for you to use, not to pull you back. So that said, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but we do want to get clear on clearing these old patterns, clearing old. Again, it's not so much of a frequency, because when I think of frequency, I think of like a higher frequency, maybe a lower one. This is more like just static. I'm feeling a lot of static around you. So let's just jump into that. So yes, I love what you guys are saying. Okay, absolutely. All right. So go ahead and let's just sort of take in a deep breath. And just get grounded into this moment right now, right here. Just listening to my voice, getting grounded into this moment, knowing that everything is happening completely on time. You are on time. There is not a rush. You're not behind. You're not rushing. Everything is perfect right now. Everything is unfolding as it should be. Everything is perfect. And I think that we tend to get into a race with our soul assignment. We tend to get into a race with who we thought we had to be by now, what we thought we would have done. And it's bull. It's not true. Everything that you are, you have been becoming, and now you're prepared to open up into even to more of who you are and who you are being, right? And we're always getting that opportunity to step into the next level being that is really always radiating oneness and always expanding into who you're meant to be. But I want to remind you and remind your mind, because our mind gets ahead of ourselves, that this isn't a race. This is actually right now, I am feeling called to remind you that during this time, during especially this eclipse season, this retrograde season, to focus on each moment, to be in awareness as the soul watching this whole thing play out, and to remember to come back into that state of awareness of this is who I am as the soul, feeling it, not just knowing it in your head, but experiencing it and going, okay, I feel me. I feel the awareness, and I am experiencing, and I am watching, and I am the watcher. But I'm behind all of that. And to be very present with that frequency of oneness, of consciousness, especially always, but especially during this wonky time, during this eclipse season, because so many of you are the bearers of light, and you don't want to get pummeled by anybody else's frequency kind of going haywire, because maybe I'm not going to say they weren't prepared, but I will say maybe they haven't been preparing on the same level that you have, right? And you don't want all that confusion and that energy, that static, that anxiety to come at you. So be the observer of this time happening right now, and know that some of the anxiety, some of the frequencies that you're feeling could be a parallel version of yourself sloughing off their stuff. Right? It doesn't have to come into you and integrate and go, oh my gosh, this is all my stuff. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. But just simply an understanding of, oh, okay, that could be a parallel and past, future life, whatever you want to call it, but really parallel person, parallel version of you going, oh, okay, this is just happening. It's not that it did happen, it will happen, but it's just, it is, right? So stay in that isness. All right. And then let's get grounded, because I feel like that's really what you need to not just get through, not just get through this season, this eclipse, but really use this eclipse to transcend who you used to be, step into who you're meant to be on a big level, like allow this to be a big shift. And the reason I'm not focusing on, oh my gosh, this is so hard and there's, so much work to be done and all that, is because I believe that the people watching, that you guys watching with me right now here, are mostly higher realm beings. So you're already prepared for this. This isn't a big deal. This is like, okay, I came here for this. I'm going to watch this unfold. I'm going to be present with the unfolding. I'm going to stay grounded in this awareness of who I truly am. And as we move through this eclipse season, I will be here to help shift in the higher age, right? And this is, I feel like, what you have said yes to in whatever capacity that you said yes to, or whatever way that you're bringing that. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you're saying, yes, okay, I'm here to bring in a higher frequency to humanity. I'm willing, and you're quite able, and it's time, and we're doing this right now. So just settling in to that awareness of who you are, taking in a breath. Just grounding down. Maybe it is with a sigh, maybe something that's audible. Maybe it's just a movement, right? I always love to do both. If you ever watch me, you see I move a lot. Even when I'm talking on podcasts, I tend to just move. The energy is moving through me, and I can't just sit here like this, right? I've got to be moving. So however that is for you, that really feels like you're grounding into yourself, just go ahead and move that through, move that vibration through until you start to come to that frequency of, oh, here I am. There I am. There it is. You are loving awareness. You are awareness of everything around you. And we are all one, and there is no one else. And come into that awareness, that stillness in your mind. that stillness in your breath. Beautiful. And again, you might have a duality. Some of you are having both. You're feeling that awareness, that stillness, that knowledge of, okay, I feel this, and also this, mind chatter happening. That's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. You're fine. It's perfect. Our mind's job, a lot of times I always say our mind or our ego's job is to keep us away from enlightenment, right? It's like the number one thing it's doing all day. Until we get it in check and it becomes a tool for us, it's just like, distraction, look over here. So it's okay if that's happening, as long as you're also bringing yourself back to, oh, that's right, I am loving awareness, feeling my heart, feeling your breath, whatever that is, to whatever capacity is perfect. Okay, perfect. I feel like you guys are really grounding in now. So just relax and allow this wave of sound to wash over you, allowing this wave of light language to almost move and release and ground in, if you will, like a warm sort of wet blanket over the static. Just allow yourself to feel me krameli kling manakchu manakalava mi no klamo jomanakaleven manakana tats manomakaneleva na manakana he mi kishmanakala vi mo kurmana vina kleva jomanakana he ni klane job nokulmo vashmarkale ha bromi kanala hey mikra mojmana di kala majmanakle hey grounding down mikra mo vojmana bringing you into a deep stillness, a deep understanding, a deep awareness of consciousness. Mo krama leve menekne, opening and expanding, just almost as if you can feel your consciousness expanding out in all directions around you. Me krimini lakanava broma lekanavash manakamova. Opening up that consciousness all around you through your crown chakra. Grounding in, you are loving awareness. Repeat after me. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. Mo kremela klevash manakana. And then just moving. I feel like some of you have some shadow, sort of old shadow, so to speak. Some stuff that I do. I feel like it's like, as I said earlier, it's like it's dangling, like it's almost gone, right? It's like, okay, let's just kind of like unhook or pull that thing off. It's, you've worked through it, and then somehow you're holding on to a little piece of it. Maybe you're holding on to a piece of the story because it was such a big story. Maybe you're holding on to the people because the people played pivotal roles in your life. But somehow this shadow work that you've already completed, like some of you a long time ago, this is hanging on. So let's just go ahead and allow this light to penetrate wherever it's holding on to you and where you're holding on to it. And just allow yourself, just to allow it to dissolve that connection between you, because it never dies, right? Energy is always here, but you don't need to keep this. This is something you've already completed. And there's more coming your way. There's more goodness. There's more work to be done. Hard work, easy work, light work, all of it. It just is, right? You are loving awareness, and whatever's coming is coming, and it's perfect. But you're hanging on to something that's just old, and maybe there's an attachment there in some level, but it's not something that's doing you any good anymore. It's complete, right? It's complete, everyone. So if I'm speaking to you, if you're feeling this, let's just unhook and sort of pull out. It's not even so much of a hook, and just pulling out. Pulling that out, all of these old shadows, this work you've already completed. Taking in a deep breath, allowing that spaciousness that's opening up in your chest, opening up in your lungs. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, good. And just recognizing what that is. I feel like a lot of you know exactly what that is. Some of you might just be feeling that that sort of wash away, that sort of just, float away, whatever that was. It doesn't really matter because that's just getting you hooked into the story. And we're not here to get into our stories. We're here to be free of our stories, and we're here to be free of all identity except the true identity of oneness consciousness, of who you really are as the soul. That's the only identity you need to have. And you already are it, and you already know it. Now it's just a matter of realizing it, remembering it, bringing it into that. That's right. I'm loving awareness. That's all I am. That's all I ever will be. That's all you ever can be. You are loving awareness, right? You are a higher realm being. You have been traveling. You have been incarnating on higher realms, and now you're here, and it's time. It's time to get to work. It's time to free yourself of the past. It's time to free yourself of the things that you thought you had to stay connected to because it's so normal. Oh, don't we all have to have that story? Don't we all have to be connected to that trauma or whatever? No, we don't, or at least you don't. So it's also about sort of separating yourself from the, what I always say is worry is a socially accepted form of fear. So sometimes we get into conversations that are actually about worrying about different things because they're socially accepted and we're supposed to worry about different things, right? Now, most people on the planet are not worried about the eclipse because most people probably don't really know the energetics. I'm going to say most as in like the totality of the planet. Most people, if we look at the whole planet, don't know maybe about the energy of eclipse, but they do know about other things that we're worried about, like war. So when I say that you don't have to worry, I truly mean there's certain socially accepted forms of fear that we talk about, and it's not doing you any good. So just take a moment and look at your life. Just take a moment and just allow that to drop in. Which conversations are you having in your daily life that are just socially accepted forms of fear called worry that, you actually aren't worried? You actually don't feel that because you're loving awareness and you know it. So just feel like some of you needed to hear that you are allowed to let that go. You don't have to stay in those conversations, right? Because in some ways you are being made new again through this eclipse. Like some of you, it's stepping into who you're truly meant to be. It's going to feel new, but really in a way it's just who you've always been. So it's kind of old news, but it'll feel new, right? Because you can't be anything but your soul. All right, beautiful. How are we feeling? Kramalavish manakanesh. Nila nina nakramanele piru manalama nakni manash purele. All right. Beautiful. Now just grounding in and feeling that static really resolve and clear on you. So just let's ground in. Just feeling yourself root down in through the midline of your body. Just feeling that midline of your body. Beautiful. Go ahead and take in a deep inhalation. As you exhale, pull that energy from the higher realms through your body, through the midline of your body, down your feet, all the way down into the core of the earth. Beautiful. Inhaling that energy from the core of the earth up through your body, all the way up the top of your head into the higher realms. Feeling where the two energies meet, and there you are in the center, allowing both to flow through you. Now bringing down through an exhalation that energy from the higher realms, the light from the higher realms, bringing it through your body, allowing that light from the higher realms to penetrate every cell in your body, just allowing it, watching it happen, watching yourself glow. Beautiful. Just feeling yourself ground into this powerful energy, right? Just because you're a higher realm being doesn't mean you can't be grounded, doesn't mean you can't feel your power click into place and be grounded here on earth. You can do that. Beautiful. And I feel like this is what you needed to get, I don't say get through the eclipse because it sounds like it's a bad thing, but just like to move through this eclipse season, feeling like grounded and ready with the remembrance of who you truly are. Yes, you're a higher realm being. Yes, a lot of you have been, on different realms, but truly all you are, all any of us are, is loving awareness, right? We are oneness consciousness. And coming back to that, keep it simple. Keep it simple. You always want to come back to, okay, but who am I really? Loving awareness. Who is the I that's, if you're having a freak out moment, if you're having overwhelm, who is the I that's having an overwhelm? Who is the I that's freaking out right now? Oh, that's my mind. That's ego. Okay, well, I get it, ego. I get it, mind. You're going to freak out, right? Then you come back into, but who am I? I am loving awareness. I am cosmic consciousness. I am the soul. And then you can't be anything else but that. All right? Beautiful. Just grounding all of that down. Beautiful. And maybe just taking a moment right now to project who you know you're meant to be. Just taking this moment right now with me, and let's project who you know you're meant to be. All of it at once, right? Just feeling that energetic body of who you know you're meant to be in the future, right? And all time is happening at once, but because that's how we have to speak, the you that you're stepping into right now. Let's just go ahead and step into that version. Let's start forming him and her. Let's just start forming this person, who it is you know you're meant to be. Feeling that frequency, that powerful frequency, that up-leveled frequency, the confidence, the clarity, the intuition, the strength, the endurance, the playfulness, the joy, the love, the happiness, the freedom, feeling all of that, the abundance, feeling all of that within you right now, feeling all of that taking place within you right now. Taking place within you. Locking that in, anchoring that vibration in. Now, imagine yourself stepping into this version of you. Imagine, if you will, there's a version of you that you can literally step into and embody, this future version of you, this lighter version of you, this joyful, playful, abundant, powerful, clear, intuitive, healthy version of you. And just step fully into that right now. Beautiful. Aligning with it. Feeling yourself almost click into place with this version of you. And it's so familiar because it's who you are. This wasn't hard. This was familiar. This was right. This was just coming home. So welcome home. Taking in a breath. And as you do, you feel yourself really lock in with this version of you. The abundance, feeling that abundance, that joy, that purpose, that clarity, clicking in, locking in. Beautiful. Beautiful. And feeling that joy. Now let's take an emotion. I love joy. Maybe it's not joy for you. Maybe it's intuitive awareness. Maybe it's loving awareness. Maybe it's the excitement of who you're meant to be. And I want you to feel that right now. Feel that version of you. Take one feeling. I almost don't want to call it an emotion, but one feeling, one vibration from this next level version of yourself. Feel it all. Again, for me, oftentimes I feel just excitement, but that's me. You might be feeling expansiveness. You might be feeling consciousness. You might be feeling joy. You might be feeling peace and absolute solid, like quiet. Whatever that is that you're feeling about your next level soul, the next level version of you, of who you are, I want you to feel that right now. Allow yourself to feel that vibration. Beautiful. And just imagine yourself fully stepping into it, as if you could move into it, stepping into it. As if you're standing in the center of this frequency, this vibration of this higher version of you. And now I want you to double that version, double that frequency. Just feeling all of that energy, the emotion, the joy, whatever that is, just double all around you. And I want you to put your hands on your heart and speak out loud. Repeat after me, if you can. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. Feeling that frequency within you. And go ahead and triple it. triple it, just feeling it exponentially grow. So much excitement, so much hope and joy and expansiveness, and just the power, the powerful quiet, the powerful consciousness radiating out all around you from within you, because that's all you are. And that's all you have to do is be that. And you're already doing it. You're already being it. Beautiful. And just locking in this energy, grounding it in, anchoring it in, connecting it deep into your heart. Beautiful. Mi kramalaj manamalekini nalaha mena manakali manini lakramanash padama. Brominalakanamini lakdash bin laka. Beautiful. Grounding all the way down into your body, all the way down through the midline of your body, into your feet, grounding down, bringing this new frequency and connecting it to every cell in your body. Beautiful. Taking in a breath and just coming back to that frequency, coming back to that joy, coming back to that vibration that's like, oh yeah, that's who I am, and feeling it, knowing you can come back to that anytime. Anytime. It's always here because it's you. It's not going anywhere. Sometimes we get in our own way and we don't feel it, but it's not going anywhere. It's always there. Just coming back and feeling that right now. Beautiful. And remembering that you can come back at any time. It's always here. You can rewatch this video again and again and come back to it. Beautiful. Maybe just taking a moment in gratitude for being able to connect with that divine consciousness, with that cosmic consciousness that you are, that we all are. Beautiful. And just come back into the room. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open up your eyes and take in a deep breath. Beautiful. Thank you for being with me for this. That was beautiful. How are you all feeling? I'm checking some of the comments here. Oh, I love how excited some of you are that this is just going to be really good. I love it. I resonate with what you're saying. Thank you. Beautiful. I feel like, someone's asking what the eclipse season causes. I'm going to speak from experience. So whenever I'm in an eclipse season, it's almost like I'm looking at both parts of me. I'm looking at who I'm being, I'm looking at who I've been, and then there's this knowing of who I've meant to be. And then I'm like, oh, I see who I've been being. And that was great because at one point that was here and I was trying to get to her. And now I've outgrown that version of myself. And now I'm moving into this next level version of myself, the next level of who I'm allowing myself to grow into. And it's this sloughing off. And if I haven't completed and healed whatever I was working through, then that's the time to heal and complete that. And to go and to really look at that and go, okay, I want to take a look at that and I want to finish that up, whatever that was, and then be done with it. Maybe it's a behavior, maybe it's a way of thinking, maybe it's an energetic thing, maybe it's a healing thing. It could be shadow work. It always feels a little like shadow work, but it's not, when I think of that, I think of like big traumas and stuff, but it's not always so big. Sometimes it's just a little way that you've been being that you're complete with. And then you go, oh, I'm complete with that. I'll move on. And it can just be really fast. All right, beautiful. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're feeling tingling. Oh, I love it. I stepped into who I really am during these. I love it. Feeling good. I'm hugging myself. Oh, thank you so much. Big heart. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you for being here. I know for some of you, it's really early in the morning, different time zones around the world. So how are you all feeling? Do you have any questions before we complete this? You're welcome to pop them in. I'm feeling like there's some questions that might need to be answered today. So I'll give you all a moment. See what I'm called to answer. Oh, I love seeing so many happy faces. Thank you. Wow, I love it. Picking the transformation card in your Oracle deck several days in a row. That's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, this is a big one, everyone. This is a big one. This doesn't happen, this big eclipse doesn't happen very often. But like I said, I like to focus on the positive and the fact that it's almost like an awakening of you're already ready. You've already prepared for this. Now it's go time. It's time to go, okay, whatever is dangling off of me gets to be released, which we did that already. Is there more? Is there more that you have to clear? You're welcome to clear it. Yeah. I feel so much love for myself. Thank you. Should we look at the eclipse? Feeling so blissed out. I love that. I don't, it's funny. I was always raised that you're not supposed to look at an eclipse. I don't know. Remember if you're old enough, we had to like look through. What did we look through back then? Was it like a piece of paper? You looked through something, you can see it on the floor. I don't really know. I don't feel personally called to look at it. I feel so much, I'm sure I'll see it online or I'll see photos of it. But for me, it's such an intensity with any of these, even like full moons, new moons. I used to do moon baths, go outside in the full moon and just, bathe in that light. And sometimes it just gets even too intense for me. And I'm like, I don't need to do that. So I think it's just a personal feeling for you of what do you feel you need to be out exposed in it? Do you feel like you need to be inside and hibernating, maybe taking a bath, staying grounded? Like, what is it that you need, right? I don't think that there's a should, have to. It's really like, what are you called to do in that moment? Are you called to be outside and exposed into it? Are you called to be inside? And I think for some of you, you're not going to know until that moment and go, oh yeah, I need to get outside. Or, oh, you know what? I need to go take a shower. I need to get grounded. Like whatever that is for you. Paper with round hole punched in it. Yes, that was it. That was it. That was it. So that's funny. Pinhole in a shadow box helps to see. Oh my gosh, I remember all that stuff. That's funny. Yeah, this is a big one. I think you're gonna just feel either drawn to it. You'll feel drawn to it in whatever way you are. And there's not a right way or wrong way. It's just your way, and that's perfect. So if you feel like you need to be outside, then go outside. If you feel like you need to be inside, then do that. It's affecting you guys either way. Like you guys are coming into it, so don't worry. Learning more easy and quicker, double speed, and listening to books and podcasts. Yeah, I feel that I can be better, integrate all that stuff. Isn't that true? Everything's speeding up. I mean, that's the other thing this eclipse is doing, is it's really speeding up a lot. It's speeding up our gifts. It's speeding up our intuition. It's speeding up, I think, the transformation of humanity. There's a lot happening. That's why I'm saying, stay grounded, because you guys are already ready. So just stay grounded when all this is going on, woo, and it's moving fast. Just your job, stay grounded, stay in loving awareness, because that's so much of the work you've already done. And now it's just a matter of like, okay, hold on, because I'm already ready for this. You were born for this, so you're ready for it. All right. Going inward outside myself. Oh, I love that. I'm going inward outside myself. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Strange feeling these last days, unable to focus on anything. The session has done me a world of good. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I'm glad you were here. Yeah, me too. I've been feeling, I understand with a focus, and it just feels like that's why the other day I really got anchored in that spirit was like, you need to ground them. They need to be grounded. And so I got grounded, and then I was like, okay, your time to get grounded. Because it's, they just keep saying, it's not about you. They're saying like, it's not about you joining the party. It's about you almost hosting it. Like you're already ready. Does that make sense to you guys? Does that make sense? That kind of sounds funny. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Is the energy also felt on the other side of the world? I live in Europe. I think it's felt depending on where you are. I think you're going to feel it differently. So I think if it's like direct, you might be feeling it more strong. I don't know what I'll be feeling here. I haven't actually looked into like how close it is to me or how complete it's going to be around me. I'm actually going to be working. I'll be doing an astral therapy on Monday. So I'll be in the higher realms when that's happening. So that's going to be interesting for me. So I know I will be indoors doing an astral therapy session with somebody in that moment. So That will be interesting. And for those of you who are not familiar with my work, or you want to go a little deeper, so I'll be here generally Thursdays at noon. As you know, last week I was gone. We were reuniting our daughter with her friend that she grew up with in an orphanage in India. And so I was gone last week. But generally Thursdays at noon, I come live. So you can always join me and receive free light language clearings. And I'm here for that. I also have a membership, a monthly membership, and you get as many astral therapies as I've done, and you get live astral therapies. And that is sort of come and go. There's no commitment. So you can join for 1 month or you can join for several months, but it's my work is astral therapy. It's what I developed based on my experience of staying conscious between lifetimes. And if you know my story, you know that I didn't know that that wasn't normal. I thought everyone stayed conscious between lifetimes. I thought it was totally normal. And when I was about 19 years old, I found out that that was not true, that was unique. And so I've developed a modality called astral therapy, where we go into the higher realms based on my experience of staying conscious between lifetimes, so that you can experience that too. Not just experience it, but actually get to clear anything that's blocking or stopping you from becoming the person you're meant to be. We go into past lives, we go into future lives, we go into alternate dimensions, different realms. All kinds of stuff happens in that, and that is the Soul Priority Collective membership. And you're welcome to jump in. You can try it for a month. And you can get all the astral therapies, or a lot of people stay on for longer. So depending on what you do, feel called to, you are welcome to join me here for free or in my membership. I would love to have you. We actually have our next call next week for the month. So I'm excited to see, for those of you who are in there, I'll see you guys live and we will go into the higher realms. So thank you, Mariko. When I feel lost, I hear what you're watching out. I hear that you're watching out for us. Oh, thank you. I am trying. And every week I'm here doing the work and helping you guys clear whatever is in your way, because this week just felt like a lot of static. And we'll see after the eclipse where you guys are at, what you guys need. So, but I want to be here. I want to serve you. Like I said, either here for free or in my membership. I'll put the link in there so you guys can check it out if it's calling to you, and you can just check it out, because that's a way to work much deeper with me. All right. Do you have any more questions before I release and allow you guys to move on through your day and experience this amazing eclipse we're about to have? I don't see any more in the comments, so I'm going to go ahead and just close this circle, grounding you in, closing this circle, allowing that message over and over to run through your mind. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. And remind yourself of that, taking in a deep breath. I am loving awareness. Allowing that feeling it anchor all the way down into the midline of your body, anchoring deep into your center. I am loving awareness. Beautiful. Taking a deep inhalation. And just exhale, grounding that in. Beautiful. Feeling ready, feeling energized, feeling complete. Beautiful. Thank you. I definitely have something blocking my healing. I've had trouble clearing it. No supplements, chiropractor, acupuncture has helped, or even Western medicine. I want to thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, you're welcome to try the astral therapy if you want. There's a free one. It's about finding your purpose and clearing what's blocking you. As far as blocking your healing, that happens in the collective membership. So you're welcome to check that out. If you've never had an astral therapy, I highly recommend you do the free one first. And so I'll put that link. That link is actually on my YouTube page as well, and you can find that. And so I'll put both here in the chat, so you guys can come back and find that later. As we go deep, we go very deep into those astral therapies. So I'd love to have you in there if you want to try it out for a month, or if you just want to do the free one, definitely jump in. All right, my loves, thank you so much, and peace and love to all. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I love all of this. Thank you for being here today. I love having so many of you with me watching. And I will be back next Thursday at noon on YouTube. I do have a free Facebook group. Basically the same thing is going in there. I used to do these online in my Facebook group, and now I'm here, but I will be trying to go live a little bit more in my Facebook group as well. So love all of you. Thank you. Needing to release and unhook past trauma. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. All right, my loves. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. I will see you next Thursday. Stay grounded, stay focused on who you really are as loving awareness. Don't let everyone else's reaction to the eclipse frequency bother you. Remember, your static is clear. If you feel like somebody needs this video and they need to clear some of their static, please share it with them. I would love that. And I will see you hopefully back here, all of you back here Thursday at noon.